Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Jeremy. Oh shit! With the Side Piece Anime Podcast, your place away from your main squeeze if you want anime and manga entertainment. Today, we got Angela
Hello.
and we got Jason.
Hello.
Today we had something planned out, but we have to postpone it. Some things, emergencies and all, what that. But it's all good because emergencies happen, and we're gonna make do with what we got. We got backup plans for everything, don't we, guys?
Yeah.
We got backup plans out the asshole. So today we're gonna be talking about manga and anime. Just regular manga anime. You're gonna hear some recommendations from us. You're gonna hear a bunch of talk and shit. It's gonna be an awesome time. We're just gonna have just normal conversations. We would love it if you could listen to us, and if you could like and subscribe. If you could share this video, even if you don't enjoy this video, just leave a comment and a like, and it will help us out in the long run. I promise, absolutely promise. So, without further ado, Jason, could you tell us about a series that, is fucking you up right now?
Dude. Which one?
You were just about to talk about it.
Oh, right. Yeah, there's this anime I'm kinda watching right now. I've only finished like 2 episodes of it. Which it's only like a 24 episode series, so it's like a pretty good like amount to know if you like it or not. But I started watching it. I someone recommended it to me. On YouTube actually. I was just scrolling. I think I was watching like one of those 64 bits, 32 bits, those memes. And it showed this anime girl whose name is like Ohana, and I was like, oh, what anime is this from? And it's from Hanasaku Iroha. And the reason it's messing me up is I'm really trying to watch it. Like I enjoy it, but I feel bad for enjoying it. Um, and the reason is it's a slice of life anime about a life that sucks total ass, dude.
Oh.
I'm
That sounds like
the
my
episode.
entire life, Jason. No.
The no the episode starts right. The anime starts, and we're introduced to the main character. And literally, the first thing that the anime tells us is that this character has a deadbeat mom, no dad, and does literally everything around the house. Right? That's the first thing the anime shows us about the main character is that her home life is awful. And there's no explanation as to why. It's just like, yeah, my mom sucks. She never cares about me. I do all the cooking. She's never around. And then we cut to her life in school, right? And it's shown that she has a single friend, right? Which, of course, in classic anime style, it's a boy and a girl who are like childhood best friends who have secret crushes on each other. But as the episode goes on, the mother not only abandons her child to run away with a man, she tells the child that she's abandoning her, tells her to go live with her grandma, who the mom knows is a terrible person, and then dips. And then when the girl goes to say goodbye to her best friend says, "Hey, I've always liked you," and then says, "Just leave already. I don't want to see you," and runs away, doesn't say bye to her when she goes to the train station to go to like a different part of Japan. And the episode just ends with her being totally depressed. And it doesn't stop. The second episode ends with her finding out that a random stranger wrote a doujin about her and kidnaps her.
This sounds a lot like a really fucked up comic I read on the internet. uh, for those of you who
So
know this, I believe it's called Metamorphosis. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. But for those of you who know, you know.
Like it makes me feel bad for enjoying it because I enjoy it, but I'm enjoying someone live a terrible life.
Holy shit, Jason.
So yeah, that's that story.
I enjoy people living a terrible life. You've heard it here, folks. Jason the monster. No. uh, fuck. Speaking of terrible lives, Angela, how's Junji Ito going?
Uh, to be honest, I haven't read Junji Ito in a little bit. I'm still in the process of reading No Longer Human, um, which the original story was actually done by a different author. It was kind of like an autobiography, I believe, um, of that author's life, and then Junji Ito made it into a manga. Um, and it's really interesting. It is very. I would, if it was a movie, I would. The rating would probably be rated R because it is graphic and it has a lot of um
You wanna talk about
sex
the one
scenes.
dude? You wanna talk about the one dude you were telling me about in the in that story? Just to give
Which
a hint. The one dude that dies and then the baby.
so there's like this, I would say maybe mentally disabled kid. Um and one day the protagonist or the main character in the story kind of like plays a trick on him saying like his sister is crushing on the mentally disabled person, and so he tries to make advances at her, but she doesn't know what's going on, and she gets all disgusted and lashes out on him one day, and then the next day he is found and he had killed himself because of that, and then I think they find out that that sister is pregnant. The main author believes that it is his child because there's a lot of incest that goes on in this thing. But then when the baby's born, it looks exactly like the mentally disabled person that killed himself. And the weird thing about that is it's like a year after he had died that the baby was born.
Yeah, it gets really messed up, and this is only what in like the first 50 or so pages.
I think I'm currently there's like I think 600 pages,
Yeah, there's 600
I
plus
believe,
pages.
and I'm only on like I think 150.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's very messed up.
Have, have fun with that.
Junji Ito is like the master of horror manga, and No Longer Human is generally heralded as his magnum opus and the defining thing in his entire collection. The other thing that catapulted him into fame was Tomy, which is like out of print. You have to pay like $150 for the fucking volume. It's terrible.
Yes, I've tried to find it, and they don't have like on Amazon. You can find some. There's not many that they have, and then the ones that you can find, I think the lowest price one I found was like $89. And yeah, it's very hard to find.
Jeez,
I'll
good luck.
get it. I'll get it someday, but hopefully.
That's her mission. She's like an anime character.
Maybe I don't know if it's on like there's like a digital copy of it. Um I might get that to read, but eventually get the physical copy whenever I can.
Tomy is I will search very hard for Tomy. I will search very, very hard for Tomy.
If you ever get your hands on it, you should do the entire world a favor and digitize it
It's already digitized somewhere. I just don't want to pirate it.
and make them pay for it.
Well, I can't because then I need, I need copyright holders and permissions and shit like that and all that. And plus, it's a Viz manga, and even though Shonen Jump is a subdivision of Viz, it's published under Viz, so it's not going to be on Shonen Jump.
Like, I just looked it up and get it on Google Play as an ebook for $15.99.
Yeah. So if you wanted to, do the ebook, or if you want the hardback, I want the hardback. Because you know me, I gotta get my physicals. Speaking of physicals, in terms of what I'm reading, shout outs to Paddlehead Pablo for, alright, so me and Pablo, like, I want to say months ago, had this bet where I'm a known JoJo's hater. I do not like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think it's terrible. And Pablo's like, hey, I'll watch One Piece or read One Piece, but for every part in JoJo's that you read, I will read 100 chapters of One Piece. And I was like, you got yourself a fucking deal. So now I'm reading through fucking JoJo's for like the third time. I'm reading through it the second time. I'm going through the story a third time because I watched it all the first time. And I binged like 220 chapters within like the past 3 days. And I went through part 2 and part 3. And the reason why I bring this up is because I was too impatient and I had to use Shonen Jump because I didn't have all the physical copies. So now I'm backtracking and trying to get all the physical copies. Life is sad. Holy shit. Jason, is there any manga you're currently reading up to date with, or trying to get up to date with?
None that I'm up to date with. No new ones, anyways. I'm still up to date on My Hero Academia, which, let's just say, no spoilers. Oh my god, this week's chapter was so good. Jeremy, you have to agree with me here. It was amazing.
I'm gonna be upfront. I thought that this week's chapter was just good. It wasn't as good as last chapter.
Nah, it was so good. This week was so good.
I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong, it was good. But last week and the week before, I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god. This week I was like, yeah, this is good. I think it's like a setup chapter.
It didn't hit you in the feels, homie?
Not particularly.
I don't know, it hit me hard. Now I can't even talk about why it hit me in the feels. Look what you've done to me, Jeremy. Look what you've done.
Oh shit. I can think of like
Besides that,
maybe 2 things, 3 things that could have, but I think they all, like, most of them involve characters I don't give a shit about.
Nah. Anyways, besides that, I'm currently on chapter 109 of Dr. Stone, which the anime is only up to about chapter 40. So I'm way ahead of the anime, and the Dr. Stone manga has gotten so good. The arc I'm at right now it's amazing. It's like actually interesting. Like, not to say that the rest of the manga hasn't been interesting, but like the stuff that the manga is covering right now, it's setting up to answer literally every question that literally everybody has about Dr. Stone.
Oh, dude.
Dr.
Stone, right?
Dr. Stone, yeah. The arc I'm at right now. Literally any question that people have had, that I've seen, that I've had about the anime, and then even through the manga as I'm reading it, is either being answered or is about to be answered. And it is so good. It's awesome. The characters, like the side characters, are getting a lot of development. We've got new side characters. Like even characters that people don't even really care about, like Keenra is having his character development right now, and like Suika. Oh my god, it's so good.
That sounds pretty sweet.
I I post I posted a meme about it in the Discord, but it's just a friendly reminder that a child with a watermelon on her head is more useful in any given situation than Sakura.
I don't know about that. I think they're both the same.
No, no, I'm not capping. Like Suika is honestly one of the best characters in the show. Not even just about her character, about in her usefulness
Well, I mean, I don't think
for
we should. I don't
accomplishing
think we should.
Senku's goals.
I don't think we should. Categorize characters as being useful or not. However, I do think that
What are you
like
talking about? That's like the entire point of the anime so far.
being useful. Really is really
They're they're literally prioritizing who they should revive first based on their usefulness.
okay. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So when when they need to repopulate, do you think they're gonna be looking at who's well endowed or not? That guy seems pretty useful.
I mean, there's not really a use to repopulate if you're going to revive all 7 billion people.
You don't have to revive all 7 billion people. I'm on board with the
That's
other guy who's like, nah, fuck some of these guys.
Nope. That's Senku's goal. Is he wants to revive everyone.
Yeah, Senku in the name of science. He
Yep.
I don't like his hair. It freaks me out.
You don't like his hair?
It freaks me out, man. I'm like, what the fuck? Is that a radish? What the fuck?
Your hair will do that if it's been petrified for 3,700 years.
But it wasn't. It was like that before he got petrified.
Yeah. What about it?
It looks like a radish. It looks like a radish, man. He looks like Albert Einstein tried to dye his hair.
That's actually a scene that happens. Is that Senku poses like Albert Einstein?
Oh my. Does he stick out his tongue?
He does.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I see video. You guys don't see video. Oh, never mind. No video.
That's a scene that actually happened in the manga as he poses like Albert Einstein.
Jason, did you not want to show us your face while I make voices? Is that...
Nah. We're not doing that again. I'll leave this one.
Oh my
I will
god,
leave this
Jason! Oh. Alright, so me, Angela, and Tanner, I found out that Jason has a very, very large weak spot for voice impressions.
No.
So, like, if any of you can do a Butters impression, Jason would be the person who would really appreciate it.
No.
We had a good time last night.
I think we made him laugh so hard, his organs hurt.
Dude, it hurt so bad. I'm talking, they literally had me wheezing for like a half hour straight, and I was continually telling them to stop because I was in pain. But I was like, it's not that bad. I'll just deal with it and tell them to stop. But then near the end, my stomach hurt so bad that I was in so much pain I couldn't even laugh anymore.
Ah, we reached his limit. I think that was the goal, was to see how far can we get Jason. But now we know the limit, and now we know when to stop. It's kind of like drinking, Jason. It's like you got to find out your limit, and then you know how you can stop.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Oh man. So yesterday we went to me and Angela went to local bookstore that I happen to be a member of because I need my discount from my physical copies. And we got some new manga. Angela, what are some titles from there?
I got two Junji Ito's. I got Fragments of Horror, which is a short story collection, and then Gaio, which is I think it's about like a sea monster type thing. So I'm excited to read those. Um, then you wanna talk about the ones that you got for yourself?
Oh yeah. Of course we got JoJo's Part 2 Volume 1. It has the best character in the entire series, and I've read the manga. I've read the entire manga. I used to be in the pirating phase, so yes, I read the entire manga at one point. I'm not up to date anymore. I believe I read to the end of Steel Ball Run, which is part 8, but it has the best character in the entire series in it. And then we never see him again. That's I'm just kidding. Or am I? You'll have to read it and then agree with me. Um so we got that. We also got we got Dr. Stone Volume 1 because they had the first volume there. They also have the second and third, so depending on how me and Angela like reading it, we will probably pick up the other ones. Now, one thing I don't like about Boichi's art style, and I've said this before on the podcast, is that his art style looks really anatomical and veiny. Do you notice that, Jason?
Yeah, I totally get where you're going from.
It
But at
kind
the
of
same
creeps me
time,
out, dude.
whenever he switches to like his more humorous panels, I love his art style.
Like, I mean, I get that the series is like really realistic and shit, but whenever I read it, I'm like, holy shit. He also he redrew the Zoro versus Mihawk fight, and when I read that, like some of the panel work was amazing, but some of the drawings, I'm like, holy shit, One Piece should not look like this. It feels so wrong. Like it's good artwork, but I just felt wrong. Um, he's also publicizing. He's drawing the manga for the Ace volumes. So like
That's fun.
yeah, like the light novels and shit. The two light novels are gonna get a manga release, which is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna buy those if it gets localized, and I hope it does because the Ace novels got localized. So why wouldn't this? Uh, and so yeah, that we got the first volume of Doctor Stone, and we also got the first two volumes of Attack on Titan. Now Angela has a very turbulent history with Attack on Titan. Angela, you wanna talk a little bit about it?
Uh, so we watched a little bit of Attack on Titans probably a couple years ago, and they really pissed me off when they killed off the main character, so I stopped watching,
Yeah.
and I was
So
done with it.
so for people who know the general story, um, the main character Eren Yeager, he becomes he wants to fight Titans, so he joins like the service and shit. He gets his blades and all that. Titans invade the wall, and he's like, "This time it's different. I'm ready." So he comes, he goes towards the fucking Titans. No training. Well, I mean, he has training, but no like actual training, basically. And he sees some of his crewmates fall one by one, and he gets eaten by a Titan. And then Angela was like, "Nope, I'm done. I'm pissed."
It just started, and you just started getting attached to him, and you go through all this with him, and then they just kill him. Like,
It's like, and I'm talking like, this isn't even a heavy spoiler. This is like the third episode. This is like the third fucking episode, and she's like, "No, I'm done."
like they did this. They did kind of the same thing in can't say it.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu. Yes, they did the thing but I had a feeling that he wasn't actually completely gone, so I decided to continue to read it, but I took like a month break.
Jason, you
And
okay?
he does end up coming back, so
I'm vibing, bro.
You vibing? There you are.
Vibing.
But yeah, it pissed her off. But yeah, yeah. So now we got the first two volumes. I believe it goes past where Aaron gets chomped by a titan. So we'll see how she likes it. Now, in the beginning of Attack on Titan, the art is a little shaky. It's not as good as the anime in the beginning, but it soon after it surpasses, in my opinion, the anime's art style. So it's a good thing to pick up. They're in the
yeah,
last arc in the manga right now, so
I think I'll give Attack on Titans another chance. I'll try to get past that part and see how good it gets afterwards.
it
But
gets good, babe. It gets good. I promise. It gets good. Now, back when we started watching it, everyone was like, "Oh my god, Attack on Titan! It's the best thing ever!" Because Americans weren't accustomed to seinen manga. They were just all about shonen. And for those of you who don't know the difference, shonen is like for boys, like in a boys publication, like superheroes and shit. While seinen is more like young adults. So when the anime came out, everyone's like, "Oh my god, Attack on Titan is the best thing ever! It's it's like the best anime in the world!" Oh, and even my brother was like that. My brother's like, "Dude, this anime is different." I'm like, "Dude, get the fuck out of my face!" But I would say it's not the best thing ever. Just don't even put that thought in your mind. It's not. Uh, but it is pretty good. It's pretty decent. I would say it's like high tier. I think I would put it up there.
You know what else is high tier? Are you ready to get triggered, side?
Oh, I don't know.
I remember. Uh, Most of you probably don't know this, but I made a list of roughly like 30 animes comprised of like anime slash mangas that both of us have read,
I'm gonna
and
shoot
I've also
myself.
made, I also like separated some based on ones that like only I have read and only Jeremy have read, and we made our tier list, and I made my S tier list, and I remember showed it, and Jeremy was so upset because my S tier list comprised of Dragon Ball, the original, One Piece, and then the Pet Girl Sakura So, which is a rom com.
He put a fucking
And
rom com in the same tier as One Piece and fucking Dragon
there it
Ball.
is.
I'm like, what the fuck is wrong
I
with you?
I put that in that tier, and instant Jeremy just he had it. He was sent. He was so upset
I was like, what the
because.
fuck?
But here's the thing, right? This anime, I'll give like a short synopsis of what it's about, right, to you, Jeremy. It's about a dude who has to struggle with the fact that he is an unsuccessful man surrounded by people who are infinitely and will always be better than him.
Is that the rough synopsis?
That's what it's like actually about, right? The main character, right, has done nothing of note in his life. All of his friends, the people he lives with, he he lives with a manga author who has her manga serialized in Shonen Jump, right, in the series. Another character who has had her anime put on air in international television. Another character he knows that wrote the script for that anime. He knows another character who is a popular voice actor for Japanese anime. And then he knows somebody that has programmed AIs for the National Japanese Defense Fund.
I forgot the fucking music
And
again.
and he's a dude who has done nothing with his life. And regularly the anime points out the fact that this dude's depressed because he's surrounded by people who are more successful than him, and he has to live to understand the fact that life isn't fair.
I failed to see how it's better than One Piece though,
And
or as
well,
good.
I can't just tell you about the series. I would literally talk for like 3 hours about why it's amazing.
What's the series called again?
The Pet Girl Sakura. So
Pet Girl. Is it on Crunchyroll?
it is on Crunchyroll.
Let me look it up. Let me look Pet the.
And Jeremy, I have Jeremy on the record saying that his biggest gripe with rom-coms is that always the female character starts, the female main love interest starts with a well-defined and, what's the word? Like well-defined and personality. And then that personality is always thrown away by the end of the series in the name of romance for the main protagonist. Pet Girl Sakura So does not do that.
This anime is only 24 episodes.
It is. It is only 24 episodes, but it is so good, dude. It's so good. There's only... I'm gonna count. One Piece, Assassination Classroom, Dr. Stone recently, and Pet Girl Sakura So. There are 4 series that have made me cry, and that's one of them.
Okay. All right. So for those of you who don't know, Jason, I asked Jason a while ago, like maybe 7 months ago. It was a little before he started One Piece, to watch One Piece, and I said just watch the first 50 episodes. That's all I'm asking. Just watch the first 50. If it's not your thing, because I know you're into rom-coms and shit. If it's not your thing, just don't even worry about it. First 50 episodes. That's it. And he's like, okay. So, he watched the first 50 and he's like, oh my god, One Piece is so good. So, fast forward to today. Or not today, well, recently. He was like, hey, Jeremy, you know how you told me I should watch the first 50 episodes and I was unsure about all that shit? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, now it's your turn, bitch. Basically. So now I have to watch 50 episodes of rom-coms. I watched the entire My Teen romance comedy Snafu, the entirety of that. That is bottom mid tier. But that was 38 episodes, and now he wants me to watch. What the fuck? The voices yesterday is fucking up my vocal cords. Now he's wanting me to watch the Kaguya-sama, season 1, which is only 12 episodes. But Jason, I'll since this series is so good in your opinion, I'll watch the first 12 episodes of this instead if you want, and then we'll see how it is, and I might finish it.
I am 100% okay with that, if you acknowledge the fact that the second half is better than the first half. Just letting you know that.
You're kind of chaining me up, Jason. You kind of putting the chains on me, Jason.
All right, I'll make you a deal. Since you want me to do this so bad, if you watch Pet Girl Sakura So in its entirety, the extra 12 episodes, I'll read up to part 3 of JoJo's for you.
That's
so I can join.
That's a lot of fucking episodes. That's a lot of fucking chapters.
Okay, what part? Part 1?
Why don't you just watch it? Just watch it. I mean, reading it
I'll
is
watch
better.
Part 1.
Reading it is better, but if you watch up to the beginning of, up to the end of part 2, I'll be satisfied.
Okay, there we go.
Honestly, watching it isn't that bad. I don't mind watching it.
Here's the thing about watching it versus reading it. Okay, I am of the opinion that the manga is the closest thing you'll get to the author's true intent, and the anime is people being paid to interpret that and put it into animation. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm reading the manga, I feel like I'm reading what Araki intended for the series, right? But when I'm watching it, I'm reading an interpretation of that series. So when I'm reading JoJo's, the reason why I say there's a couple reasons why I say that reading it is better than watching it. Firstly, you get more detail in the manga, and it makes you give a shit about the characters a little bit more. And another reason is you know, there's more plot. There's more plot. You get to understand the characters a little bit more, because part 1 is 46 chapters, which is comprised of, I believe, 8 or 9 episodes in the anime. And the pacing in the manga, I believe, is better than the anime, because they compacted all of it together. But watching it does cut out a little bit of the tedious dialogue, because in the manga they'll say something, and then 2 seconds later they'll say it out loud, and then 2 seconds later the main character will reiterate it, and it's a whole bunch of that shit. Plus, the manga has that vintage art style. I really like the vintage. I like the art style in the manga, at least the early manga. The anime is like someone drew a fat Sharpie around every character.
Okay.
But so this is 24 episodes, right? 24 episodes?
Correct.
24 episodes. Let me look at JoJo's. JoJo's part 1 and 2. It's the first season. Is 26 episodes.
All right.
So we only have like 4 episodes left of part 2.
Yes,
It's on 20.
exactly 4 episodes left of part 2.
Oh, awesome. We should finish that today.
We should finish that today. Now they also re-edited it into part 1 as a hour and 45 minute long film, which probably comprises it. They added part 1 into an hour and 45 minute long continuous story, and then they divided the first and second half of part 2 into 2 hour and 45 minute long little films. But I don't know what they cut out of that. I don't know if the pacing is off. It might even be better. It might be worse. I don't know. But I would recommend just doing the episodes.
Is this just our life now, Jeremy? I'll read this if you read this.
Unfortunately, Jason, this is I'm reading something I'm watching something I don't necessarily want to watch that you really like, and you will be watching something that you don't necessarily want to watch that I really hate. This is how this is the give and take of our anime tastes.
All that while I'm trying to catch up to Stone, Black Clover, and Comey Can't Communicate.
Hey, you can binge 24 episodes in a day, or 26 in a day.
Right. Yeah, I could.
You've done way more in the
Oh,
past.
so much more than that with One Piece. I think one time I finished like 40 episodes in a day.
Oh, dude, it's nuts, man. That's like wake up and start watching immediately.
Right, because you listen to the intro. I mean, once you skip like the 3-minute recap, right? 40 episodes. 23 minutes. Get to 3 minutes. Takes it down to like 20 minutes. And if you skip like the 1-minute outro, that's like 3 episodes an hour.
Yeah, it's Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's definitely it. One Piece is, by and large, most people who want to watch One Piece or read One Piece right now view it as a challenge, and then like once they get to like episode 50, they're like, nah, man, there's something here. This isn't a challenge anymore. This is pure gold. It's good.
I remember getting to the best part of Long Park, and every One Piece fan knows exactly what I'm talking about right now when I say the best part of Long Park. I remember watching that scene, and I was on a call with you, And I remember saying I want to finish One Piece
Yeah,
after seeing that.
It's so good. There's a point in One Piece where it stops becoming a regular series and just transcends, like, very fluidly into something even more. I mean, like, our logo, at least for right now, our logo is like our own Jolly Roger. Thank you, Willie. Shoutouts to Willie. Willie Flo. His link is in the description. He does some pretty good design work and artwork and stuff like that. By the way, the music is also made by Simiex, who just released his album 2109. You can buy the physical copy online at simiex.com. You can also stream his stuff on YouTube and SoundCloud and Spotify and all that good shit. But yeah, man, like One Piece it hits different. It's good. Sense of wonder, man. I love it. That sense of wonder. Yeah, but now that we're what are we at? 40 minutes in. Wow. Are there any other series that we're watching that Jason, I was talking to you about this, but the author of Assassination Classroom just released the pilot chapter for his new manga called The Elusive Samurai.
Yeah, I know that you and Angie, or I know that you, at least you have read it, and I think Angie has read it, but I haven't gotten a chance to read it yet.
Yeah, it's free on shonenjump.com. It's also free on the MangaPLUS app by Shueisha. There's also a website for MangaPLUS, but I mean, I just get the app. So it's free. It's good. It's 55 pages. It's set in feudal Japan. It's really good. I think there's something there. Pilot chapters don't usually say a lot. Well, I mean they do, but they also don't. So I'm curious to see how it'll transpire from here. Hopefully it's not a Bone Collection or Time Paradox Ghostwriter scenario where they get canceled. So yeah.
Well, Assassination Classroom is so good that I'm sure I'm gonna like this one.
Speaking of Time Paradox Ghostwriter and Bone Collection, dude, those were awesome. It was awesome. So Time Paradox Ghostwriter is about a dude who gets this like weird microwave, and like once a month, Shonen Jump magazines from the future just pop out of his fucking microwave for no fucking reason. And so he's also an aspiring manga artist, but his scripts and shit get shut down like all the time. So what does he do? He takes these future manga volumes from like 10 years in the future, and he plagiarizes them and sends them in. And then he has this conflict with this chick in present day who sees these drawings in present day shonen and is like, holy shit, that's my OC. How is he doing this to my OC? And it's such a brilliant fucking concept, but of course, if you're gonna talk about plagiarism of manga in Japan, you're gonna get canceled.
Wait, his manga got canceled because of that?
Yeah, his manga got canceled because people were like, I don't want to read about plagiarizing manga. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's such a unique concept.
It was crazy unique. I'm kind of sad. Like, I was getting kind of interested and I wanted to read it.
There's 10 chapters. There are 10 chapters, and I believe they're all free on Shueisha's MangaPLUS app. And Bone Collection is another series that also got canceled, basically because the author is a bit he was overwhelmed with the amount of work it took for a weekly series. But it's about this dude who is like a demon killer, right? I guess, but he likes demons, but he only kills like, not good demons. But he meets this overpowered demon lord, right? Who takes the form of a young adult woman, right? Like maybe end of high school age woman. And in order to help save the people he loves, he has to use this special technique that allows him to take bones or parts of other of demons and like use them to like transform his body and shit to like elevate his power. But the demon lord falls in love with the guy and wants to marry him because she wants to be human and wants to have a normal human life.
Oh, so it's kind of pretty similar to Demon Slayer in that regard. Not like the marrying part, but the whole like conflict of, if you can't even tell the difference between a good demon and a bad demon, then you shouldn't even be a Himura or whatever they call him, a pillar.
Well, kinda. It's like he's like in a like a demon police force society, and his family is like a bunch of demon killers, and he uses this forbidden technique because that's the only thing he can really do because he sucks at everything else. And if he's ever caught, he will be put to death. But yeah, I think you'll enjoy it, Jason. There's a lot of romance shit. There's even a reference to Smash Brothers in it.
What's it called? Bones?
Bone Collection? Yeah. I believe all of it's free on Shueisha as well. Another new manga that recently ended, it reached its natural conclusion, is King. It's a slice of life kind of battle, I guess, a slice of life battle manga about just a regular family that has a Hercules beetle, and then for some reason the Hercules beetle grows up, or not grows up, but transforms into a adult human male, and with all the memories of how he whenever he was a bug, and he's like every 100 years a bunch of chosen insects have to battle it out in order to find out who is really the king of the forest. And I don't want to suck you guys into it, but I love you, you're my family, and I want to protect you guys and every other creature in yada yada. So it's about King, the Hercules beetle, trying to become the king of the forest by battling other insects that have also transformed into humans. And I believe you can read the entirety of that on the Shonen Jump app. It's really good. It's really good.
All right.
I was reading that weekly. It was good. Let's see. Now I use the MangaPLUS app. I don't know. Do you use the MangaPLUS app, Jason?
No. I don't really see any reason I'd want to. Anything I want to read is either on Shonen Jump or it's not on MangaPLUS.
Yeah,
like I
fair.
tried. Like, there would have been no point in me trying to go find, like, for example, Komi Can't Communicate, the only manga I read that's not on Shonen Jump, because Volume 1 has the first... How many chapters are in Volume 1? 19? 19 chapters are in Volume 1?
There's 19 chapters in a single Tankobon?
Well, the thing is, Komi Can't Communicate chapters are a lot different.
Oh, are they shorter?
Like, there's one chapter that, first of all, they're not called chapters, they're called communications. Like, for example, Communication 3 is 3 pages long.
Oh, okay.
But then, like, if I grab, like, Volume 3, for example, like, where's this one? Like, Communication 46, that's 40 pages long. Yeah, it's 40 pages long.
Wow.
Technically, because they split it up, like, Festival and then Festival Part 2.
Yeah, it's I don't think I've ever encountered that. I mean, I have, but it was like it yeah. Speaking of things that shouldn't. Oh, the reason why, the same reason why I can't find some manga on fucking Shonen Jump is because even though Shonen Jump is a subsidiary of Viz, when Viz puts out their own manga, it's not on the Shonen Jump app, which is fucking stupid. And I don't want to buy a Viz.
Right.
I don't want to buy a Viz subscription.
It's actually really awesome. I've never had the experience before of not being able to just like go online and find what I want. That I actually have to go out and get the physical manga if I want to read this. It's a pretty cool experience, honestly.
Honestly, it's amazing. Like whenever I was a kid, I didn't have the money for manga or anything, so my friend, who had a Shonen Jump subscription would get the magazines and shit. So that's how I would read all of my manga, because it would only be like maybe a chapter or two, because Shonen Jump here in the United States was monthly, and it's weekly in Japan. So it would be like a chapter or two of each series in this giant fucking magazine. And I really want to collect a whole bunch of the Viz. I want to have the entire Viz Shonen Jump collection at some point. But yeah, it's really a unique experience, because this is kind of how we had to do it back in the day. Is we didn't have, internet speeds were not that good to get manga on the internet, and there wasn't an online source besides pirating. And that's kind of how, if you were a One Piece fan back in the day, you'd either have to watch the anime, which wasn't completely like officially translated at that time. It was for kids at that time. You'd either have to watch the anime illegally, or you'd have to try and hope that someone would have scanlations. And speaking of scanlations, that's how the current translator of One Piece became the translator for One Piece. He refused to do scanlations, but he would translate every single bubble and put it on his own website. Yeah,
Man, like...
Oh, go ahead.
I have 3 volumes of Komi Can't Communicate, right? And the 20th volume is set to release soon. So there's so much story out there that I can't just go get whenever I want. I have to, wait for it and get the money to buy the manga, and it kind of sucks, obviously, because I wish I could just be caught up and enjoy the wholesomeness that is Shoto Komi, but I can't.
It's a double-edged sword, because you get so excited to go to the fucking bookstore and be like, oh my god, yes, I get to buy the fucking volume.
Dude, I was so mad they didn't have volume 4, but they had all the rest of the volumes through 5 to 19, but they were missing volume 4.
What you can do is go online, and you probably already know this. Just you can go online and order you can even pay for it online and have it sent to the store that you want to pick it up at, and then at checkout you could just say, hey, I have some books behind the counter, here's my last name, and they just, oh, did you pay for it? Go ahead.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think that's probably gonna be that's probably what I'm gonna try to get as a birthday present from someone. Is the, hey, for your birthday? Oh, Komi Can't Communicate, volumes 4 through 19, Barnes and Noble, Zona Rosa. Here's the membership card for the discounted checkout.
yeah, dude. It's awesome. There's something good about going to a bookstore and having the book right there. If I'm honest with you, just having the book right there, it's kind of, I feel like it's kind of a hassle just to order the book and have it sent to whatever bookstore. But in this day and age, there's not that many bookstores that you can go to. So
right.
Yeah, so you kind of just gotta do it now.
And it's so satisfying too. Like whenever I'm bored, like I don't really feel like playing a game or whatever, I can just look at my shelf, like my shelf where I keep like all my collectibles. Like I have like pop figures or like like One Piece figurines or stuff like that. Is where I also keep my manga, and it's like so satisfying just to look at like my little manga collection I have going on now.
There's something prideful about it, There's something prideful.
Right. Like I'm looking at my shelf right now, and it just like volumes 1 and 2 that I got from you of One Piece, and then I've got 3 through 12. I've got Kaguya-sama, Uzaki-chan wants to hang out, some Kill Me Kate, and then right next to him I have Dragon Balls for some reason.
It's now you understand why my manga is front and center. You go through my kitchen and there's all my manga. It's just bang right there. It's the pride and joy.
It's awesome. I can't wait. I'm gonna have to rearrange my shelves because the shelf space I have right now, I probably have enough room for like 4 more volumes total before I have to start moving stuff to make room.
And that's if you don't buy like a hardback volume or something, you know, like the hardbacks take up a lot of fucking space. Ain't that right,
Right.
Angela?
I don't think.
Yes, but I personally love the hardbacks.
I don't know if Comey even has hardbacks.
No,
No,
not
probably
all of
not.
them.
Hardbacks are usually like special release editions, or they usually either release a special version of a manga in hardback, or they release if they're like way behind, and it's you know there's like money coming in from it. Like Vinland Saga just got an anime on Amazon Prime, so people people really like Vinland Saga, so they released Vinland Saga in omnibus hardbacks.
Like Soul Eater just came out with some hardbacks.
Ooh, Soul Eater.
Yeah, I need to finish that. All of Junji Ito's that I found, pretty much all of them are hardback. I don't think I've found any that aren't hardback. Maybe that cat one, but that's like a really small manga. But yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think any of his come out in paperback.
Well, they're special, you know, because I mean in I don't know if people know this or not, but in Japan, manga is a way bigger industry, so they have the money to make their volumes like special, and they have like dust sleeves and shit like that, like dust covers.
Yeah,
some
of Junji Ito's come with that cover.
So like it's more expensive here, of course, because the manga industry isn't as big as in Japan where it originated. But yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. Hardback and dust covers and shit. Oh man. Speaking
Jeremy,
go ahead.
If I ever visit Japan, I'm taking you and Angie with me, and we're gonna get authentic Japanese Shonen Jump magazines there.
Oh, dude, yeah, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. We also gotta visit. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, didn't you say you wanted to go to Japan sometime?
So bad, so
Yes.
badly. I want to do it so bad.
We gotta visit Kumamoto as well. It's Oda's hometown, and
Let's do it.
There's bronze fucking statues of the Straw Hats, just everywhere. There's
Start
one
saving
for
up
each.
right now. Start a jar, Japan jar.
Start a Japan jar.
We'll take the entire podcast.
That-
We'll just take the entire podcast.
That'll be expensive. We also gotta get a translator and shit.
Yeah, I don't know. For me personally, my goal, the place that I always wanted to travel was Europe.
But you've been to Europe before.
Yeah, but I've been to Spain, and that's pretty much it. Like, my dream is to go to Italy. Like, really bad.
Well, my dream is to go to Japan. Ain't that right, Jason?
My dream is also when we'll accomplish our dream, and then we'll take you to Italy. Okay?
We'll go to Italy. I promise. We will go to Italy, Angela. We will go to Italy. I'll make sure we do.
Okay.
We will go to Italy. This is actually the first time I've heard that you wanted to go to Italy.
I've always told you that I wanted to go to Europe and Italy. I'd also like to go to Switzerland because Switzerland's supposed to be so beautiful.
If we go there, we gotta visit Simi.
Where is he?
In Switzerland? That's where he lives.
Oh, I didn't know he's in Switzerland.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. Visiting Simi.
Just vibing and shit with Simi, man. I gotta brush up on my music shit first, because I don't want to show up and be, a dunce at music, since I didn't play for years.
We could do it though, Jeremy. We could learn hiragana and like some basic kanji.
Yeah, but there's like 50,000 different kanji that people use.
I know, but we could. That's what I'm saying though. That's like, don't most like signs and stuff in Japan have like the hiragana translation above kanji?
It depends on where you go. Like if you go to like kind of like, I wouldn't say downtown, but like countryside, Japan, there's gonna be more kanji.
Mm.
And that's where all like the beautiful landscapes and shit are and all of that. And
There's so much I'd want to do. Like visit Kumamoto. I want to go to like a ramen restaurant. I want to try like cold soba, or what's it called? Cold miso soup. The thing that Todoroki likes.
yeah, with the soba noodles and shit.
Yeah. And we're gonna get some like Japanese manga. We're gonna get some Shonen Jump magazines.
See, what I want to do is I want to get the like One Piece came out with special re-releases of up to, I believe, Marineford. They're releasing them in sets of 3, I think. And the first 3 sets were East Blue, Alabasta, and Skypiea. And it's like this awesome like case with all the tankobon inside this little case. And I want to be able to read One Piece in Japanese and fully understand it.
That'd be dope. I think it'd all be worth it to go visit Akihabara. Or Akihabara, however you pronounce it, with all the A's in it.
Yeah, Akihabara. Yeah, I think.
Maybe we can actually find a manga cafe.
Dude, that would be so dope.
Dude, that'd be so cool.
I would live for that shit.
No,
be amazing.
He keeps, every once in a while he asks me, hey, you want to open a manga cafe here?
I'm so down to do that. Like, I'm so down to do that. That would probably be my dream job, is to own and operate a manga cafe.
There's so much we'd want to do. Like, I kind of want to go to a cat cafe too, just because I love cats.
Holy shit!
I'm a total. What, dog? Homie, I've told you the story, right? I've wanted a cat like all my life, but I never could.
Jason's like, Nico nee.
Nico nee.
No way.
But no, seriously. I kind of do want to go to a cat cafe.
Oh Jesus! It would be something to experience, that's for sure.
It would, because like that's something you can't do here. Like, hey, you want to go to a cat cafe? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you can't just say that to somebody, like, in America with no, like, context.
Dude, the funny thing about, like, Shonen Jump magazines in the manga industry is that they're so popular in Japan and so, like, ingrained in society that you can buy them at fucking 7-Elevens and gas stations and shit.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be so easy for us to get a hold of Shonen Jump magazines there.
And fucking, dude, the 7-Elevens over in Japan are so popular and huge over there. Like, 7-Elevens are like the gas station in Japan.
So kind of like Quick Trip for the Midwest.
Yeah, it's kind of like Quick Trip for the Midwest. Basically, it's like super fucking, it's like nice. it's really nice. Like if you just look up
Because
Japan 7-Elevens, they're really nice, dude.
because I feel like with where we are, 7-Elevens really, to me, kind of look dumpy. Um, I trust Quick Trip so much better than any of the other gas stations here, and they're clean.
7-Eleven gets most of their business and money from Japan. Like that's most of their everything is from just Japan. Like 7-Elevens here you can only find in like rundown places or like the ghetto. Yeah.
Right. 7-Eleven is like the place here.
But man, their banana Slurpees are so good.
I was about to say, like, the only thing they have is like Slurpees. It's like the only reason.
I think when we had a 7-Eleven when we were living somewhere else, I think the only reason we really went there was for Slurpees.
They're so good, dude. They're so good, I'm telling you. Oh my god, I want to visit 7-Eleven, but I can't because it's in Japan.
Stop. Oh, no,
he's on the verge. Oh, geez, fellas, I think we need to go to Japan. There he goes. My parents will get awful mad at me. Did you mute yourself? Don't mute yourself. Don't. Jason's over here dying.
Go to Japan!
Stop! No, we're not doing this on the podcast.
Oh my god, is that brutal in Japan?
I just had to do it one time, okay? I'm good.
I'll mute myself again. We're not doing this.
I'm done. I just had to do it one time, Jason, okay?
Hey, Lula.
Okay.
Hey, Boodle. We should go to Japan.
Let's not run Jason off, okay?
I want to run. No. He's probably dying off a fucking camera right now. Oh, he muted himself. Oh, Jason, no. I had to bring it up, dude. I had to bring it up. That was my moment. I promise.
Stop. We're not doing this right now.
Hey, we were saying much more funny things last night that we're not saying now, so...
Yes, we gotta be a little bit more PC. We can't be talking about raunchy shit in the Boodle and Lola voices.
No, I don't plan on doing that on here.
Oh no.
Oh no. But yeah, guys, I think do we got anything else to discuss here?
I don't think so.
Jason, do you have anything?
Angie, I think you'd like Komi Can't Communicate. I think you should read it.
I think Jeremy actually said that I would like that too. I think you
Next time
pointed
I'm
out.
over, I'll bring the volumes over next time I'm over so you can read them if you want.
I really do think you'll like it. It's wholesome.
It's so wholesome, dude.
But yeah. I guess that's the. We did pretty good for just winging it the entire episode.
Yeah, not bad. It's almost like we, all really appreciate anime and manga and can talk about it for hours on end easily.
Yeah, it's really something that manga is really for everyone of all ages. Like I mean, yeah, it's comic books and shit, but I got one of me and Angela's friends from our board game shop, Gray, yeah. I got him into it, and ironically, he really likes Food Wars.
Yes.
He really likes Food Wars. He was like, I was looking into it, and these are actual recipes that you can make. And I'm like, yeah, it's amazing. There's a manga for everybody.
Because I remember you were when we went to the shop, he realized that you were posting a lot about One Piece, so he came up to you and asked you about it, and then he tried it out and tried manga out.
It's yeah.
I'm a huge advocate for no matter what kind of person you are, there is a manga or an anime out there that you can watch and enjoy.
That
Every
sounds
single person,
familiar.
every single person on Earth can find a manga or an anime out there and enjoy it.
Oh, dude, yeah. It's because it's such a wide. It's to categorize like manga as a whole. Is really a disservice, because whenever people think of manga, they think of like Dragon Ball Z and shit, but there's so much more than that, you know. There's so many different like varieties. There's like rom-coms, there's comedies, there's slice of life, there's shonen, there's shoujo manga, there's seinen, there's all sorts of shit. Yeah, it's you know, I honestly, if you're listening to this and you like any of the series that we, you know, kind of talked about, I would really encourage you to, you know, look up these series and see if you like it. And if you feel like you want to delve into it, I'm sure there's other services out there, but the main service that we use to read our manga is Shonen Jump, and you can get a membership for only $2 a month, and they have tens of thousands. No, that's probably a little bit. They have about 10,000 chapters, and you can just online for you to read, including 1,000 chapters of One Piece, and you can.
You know.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, when you think about it, $2 a month, and you have like, you can read 100 chapters a day of something. If you don't want to like spend a whole bunch of money on manga, that's a great way to kind of save money on that.
Oh, definitely. Like, I don't think people understand. Like, a manga volume is like $10, right? And it has 10
For like
chapters
a
in it.
standard one.
It's stupid cheap, dude. It's stupid cheap. And you can read 100 chapters a day out of these 10,000 plus chapters of manga that they just have for you to enjoy. It's amazing, and they just keep adding more and more to it. It's awesome. And if you read 100 chapters a day of manga, that's like 10 fucking volumes. That's like $100 worth of manga volumes. Shonen Jump manga volumes.
That's a lot of manga.
That is a lot of manga, dude.
Yeah, we just found out about the 100 chapter limit because you read 100 chapters of JoJo's one.
Yeah, dude.
I still can't believe that. That's a lot.
I was hell-bent on finishing part 3. Part 3 is 150 chapters, by the way. I read from like 40 something to 140 something, and I was pissed. I had 7 chapters left. I'm like, I have to wait 2 hours for the for the thing to reset. This is stupid. But it's really stupid, like dirt cheap, dude. And like part of your money will go to Shonen Jump, of course, but the other part will go directly to the authors. So you're really giving money straight to the people who create these series that you really enjoy, and it's based on like whatever you read during that month-long period is divided, and you know, whatever percent of whatever author you read goes to that author, another percent goes to a different author. It's really something, you know, that really helps out the manga industry. And if we want to see manga grow here, we need to kind of band together and support official releases, because this, I mean, it's dirt cheap. And whenever you catch up to a manga, you know, if it's ongoing, you can just read the chapters for free on MangaPLUS or Shonen Jump. But oh, go ahead.
From what I'm aware of, manga in America is starting to become pretty popular as of recent, actually.
Dude, ever since the 90s, it was going, man. It was going. So like with Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, there was such a huge demand for anime and shit. We call it the anime bubble or the manga bubble. And it wasn't until I want to say 2005-ish that the bubble burst. And I've talked a little bit about Tokyo Pop. I don't know if you guys know about Tokyo Pop, but Tokyo Pop was a very prolific distributor, like rivaling Shonen Jump, and they figured it out. They had the plan. They were like, you know what, guys, we're going to buy as many publishing rights as possible and publish them on cheap paper, so we can save as much money as possible. And the funny thing is, people would just buy them, even if the series were dog shit. People would just buy these series because it's new manga. It's like, hey, I mean, Tokyo Pop released this, it must be good. And they just kept doing it and doing it until they imploded upon themselves and just couldn't bear the cost anymore. But
I was talking more like, because like in the 2010s, right? Like it was kind of like what's the word, like unpopular, or even like frowned upon, even in like common society, or at least in like high school and middle school, that type of age, to be like manga and anime fans. You know what I mean?
oh yeah,
But now recently, it's become like I can walk into high school, right, and I can just sit. I did this like literally like on Tuesday. Walked into class like 10 minutes early, sat down, and just started reading Volume 3 of Komi Can't Communicate. And rather than like the entire class being like, "Oh my God, is this kid really reading manga right now? What a stupid nerd loser!" Like this girl walked up to me and she's like, "Oh my God, I love Komi Can't Communicate."
see, look, it was such a all right. So whenever Dragon Ball Z aired over here, that's when manga really started going into mainstream. But instead of like Dragon Ball Z really shifted the focus from like really dark shit to shonen manga, and you know, a lot of adult fans who were like way back then, way before Dragon Ball Z aired, shonen, or there weren't really shonen fans. They were anime fans. They were kind of weird and creepy, if I'm honest with you. They were weird, creepy people. But once Dragon Ball Z aired, it became more like, oh yeah, my kids watch that. And then, you know, as these kids grow up, the generations grow up, now it's becoming more and more commonplace. People like manga here. It's such an amazing thing to see. Because, like, when I was a kid, you would get bullied if you had these fucking volumes and shit.
Exactly.
Like, shit, man, it's so amazing, you know? And now that celebrities and shit are like, oh yeah, I love this anime, I love this. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? This is unreal. But yeah, man, like, even it's unreal. Like, there's no other way to put it, you know? It's if you it's just unreal. And it makes me really happy because it makes the suffering of my youth like that much more worth it, you know, because now it's such a commonplace thing that people can just go and buy a manga volume and not be judged by it. There's anime clubs and shit, and you know, there's all sorts of things like that. People, you know, just they like what they like, and people don't bother them. It's amazing. Manga is growing here, and hopefully there will be a time when we can have manga cafes in America, and we can have all this shit, and we, you know, the Barnes and Noble section, you know, will grow to be not just like one long continuous thing, but maybe a couple aisles.
Right. I've noticed that Barnes and Noble just has like a single like bookcase section for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They kind of just stuff whatever they have there.
Speaking of, man, you guys gotta, like, Barnes and Noble, every time someone buys up a shonen series, do not replace it with a rom-com no one has ever heard of. Please, just restock it with the shonen series. Please. There's so much, like, ecchi manga that they stock up after someone buys, like, all the volumes of Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't get it. I don't get it. But man, it's really a happy time for anime and manga fans. You know, I'm really pleased and happy that all of this is happening.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if no one else has anything else to talk about, we can just round off, huh?
I guess so.
All right. Well, Angela, where can people find you?
On Twitter, it's Angie_Marie977.
Jason, how about you?
You can find me on Twitter at SSMGameGuy, or you can find us on Twitter at Sidepiece Anime Podcast.
You can find me at Jeremy. You can find me, Jeremy, at on Twitter at SSB_side. You can also find us on our Side Piece podcast Discord. The link is in the description. We are really wanting to build a community there. If you also like anime or manga, go ahead and join our Discord server. You can talk whenever you want to. You can talk about whatever you like. If you're a fan of One Piece and more series as we cover, we'll get more and more of these channels. But we even have a manga and an anime spoiler chat where you can have conversations with people about One Piece and shit, and other people can be spoiler free. It's really neat thing that we implemented. But you can also find us on Instagram under I think our Insta handle is Sidepiece Anime Podcast. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/ the Sidepiece Podcast. You can send any questions, comments, and concerns to any of those social medias, or you can even send it to our email, which is sidepieceanimepodcast@gmail.com. And I believe that's all of our social media, right, guys?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was surprisingly good. This was a surprisingly good episode. We're gonna have a special guest here on the show very shortly. It was going to be today, but emergencies happened, and emergencies happen to everybody. We're understanding people. We understand that. We just hope everything is okay. But we're gonna have a special guest on the show here soon. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be awesome. He is caught up to the One Piece manga, just like all three of us are. And it'll be a fun time. But without further ado, we'll see you guys next time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, baby boys. Ooh, ah. Oh my god.